I'm on a different phone. No, so that's fine. How are you, TikTok? How are you doing? And Facebook and YouTube. My God, I'm loving this. Right. So I'm going to be doing like looking here and then we're looking there, looking here and looking there. Yes, TikTok is live. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that makes sense. I can actually talk to everybody who's here. But I think my camera is not looking good. Let's see if we can sort it out. Bear with me. I'll just clean it a bit. Hi, Coach. How are you doing, Blast? How are you doing? How are you doing on TikTok, guys? Share the live. Share the live. Today, I am going to be sharing with you my experience, what I've done, the lessons from my past dating, relationships, what I've done, what the mistakes I've done, so that you don't do them. The reason why I came here is for me to share with you guys those mistakes so that you don't do them. You're smarter. You are that girl that goes for exactly what she wants and she gets it. Okay? So I'm gonna let you know that, because I know, once you're married and you get divorced, I tell you, the confidence is knocked. No matter how much you think you're good, you're beautiful, you're everything, you lose that confidence. That confidence just goes. You'll be thinking, why do I need to get married anyway? I don't need to get married. I don't need. If you're a man, you'll be saying, I don't want to see a woman near me. If you're a man, you don't want to see women. If you're a woman, you don't see men. But it's normal to feel like that. Okay. So I'll start. So I'm that girl who got married in Africa. All right. And I didn't struggle to get married. I had a man who loved me that time. I have to say that time. At that time, that's why people grow out of love. You know what I mean? So I have to go on saying that it was that time, and he loved me that time. Can you hear me, guys, on TikTok, on Facebook? Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? But I don't want to start rambling and then realize that, oh, after all that, you didn't even hear what I was saying. Right, what's that? Oh, you hear me? That's fine. Good. So I'm that woman who, I say this so that if you're here, you're listening, and you're divorced, and you're just sitting there thinking, what's next? I don't think I'm anything. I don't think no one even wants to see me. I don't think I'm worth it. You are worth everything. You are worth it even more. Now that you're experienced, you're worth even more. Okay, so my story goes like this. Got married, it was good, it was lovely. I don't want to say that it was a crap marriage. That doesn't make sense, considering that I was in there for over a decade. I managed to sustain a long distance relationship for 5 years before I got married. So when I'm talking of long distance relationships, I've got that experience as well. 5 years before I got married. And I was in long distance relationships as well after, when I started dating. And my partner is always away, okay, and it's a long distance relationship. So I can talk about that as well. Both about all that experience. A lot of people ask me, so he's long distance, he's not responding, he's not doing that. Hang on a minute. We're going to get into it. So I didn't struggle to find a man to marry me. I'm that girl from Africa who just believes that when a guy loves you, just come for you. You cannot go and say to a man, I think I like you. In Africa, it's a taboo. I think you can agree with me, guys, as who are listening here. But after divorce, it was another thing. I didn't have the confidence. I went through, that trauma of losing your marriage. Guys, when you say till death do us part, that's exactly what we mean. Okay? That's what we want. We don't want anything else. And if you see someone saying that I'm going to walk out of that relationship, I don't want that marriage anymore, it's not easy. If you see someone saying that, they've tried everything. Because no one enters into a marriage to come out of it. Everyone wants to stay in there. There's a time I was angry with everybody. When people call you by your husband's surname, I would kick off. Like, don't you know that my name is Dandy? That's when you know what your name is. That's why I don't like people who call people by their children's name. My Maka, my mom, my Nyara. No, you're Tandy. That's your name. Okay? It's easy like that. I used to kick off when people call me by my ex-husband's name. I was like, guys, don't you know my name? But when things were okay, I was good with it. Okay. That's why we need to normalize calling each other by name. Okay. If your wife is Tadi, just call it Tadi, you know. I like that. I don't want to be called my too. My chapsele, my this. I don't want that. Okay. And that time was a time was time of healing, time of trying to detach myself from the name and everything else. trying to trying to be me now, you know, the girl who has been like single. And then after I've done everything that I could, I've healed, I've gone to therapy. Guys, I went to therapy. Don't let people lie to you saying that when you get divorced, you just move on like Wi-Fi. They are lying. Move on like Wi-Fi? Move on like what? You don't move on like Wi-Fi if you really know the relationship that you had and what you really wanted in life. It's those people who never thought, who never might wanted to have a relationship that lasts. But if your intention was to stay in, it will kick you to hit you. Okay, it will hit you hard. Okay, and let me say that I'm that kind of person. Even if I know what divorce is, I also believe in marriage, 100%. The right guy, if he loves you, they'll marry you. But I don't want to don't get married for money, guys, ladies. Don't get married for money. I make sure I upgraded myself so that I'm that girl who can manage to be that girl who can buy whatever she wants anyway, anytime. Okay? And getting a man who can afford me, us, was a bonus. That was the thing. Okay. So when I went on the dating apps, I don't want to go off topic, too much rambling. So I started going on the dating apps when I healed. So I thought, now I'm healed. Now let me go on the dating apps. And the idea of going on the dating apps was not my idea. Hear this. It was not my idea to go on the dating apps. It was somebody's idea. Someone said to me, such a fine girl like you should find somebody else. Find someone, you know. and then she started asking people, how do people go online and stuff. And the information came to me. And then I started looking at dating sites. And then that's when the lesson started. There's so much disadvantage for an African girl on the dating app, especially if you're in these Western countries. They think you don't have your home. They think you don't have your own money. They think you're looking for a man to look after you. They think so many things. They don't ever think that you're coming there to look for love. That's one thing that I was facing. She's coming to look for a man with loose money. Because my profile will be like, I'm looking for a man who is financially stable. That's when the drama will start. And this man will write to me, who do you think you are? Do you have money yourself? You came all the way from Africa to come and look for a man who is rich. That's what I was reading all the time. But yeah, I never changed my statement, guys. I kept on saying, you have to be financially stable. I never stopped. I'm going on my profile now. If you're listening on a dating app, I was going on my profile. You have to be financially stable because I was financially stable. Okay. When I say I know what fine dining is, you see me sipping my champagne and Harold's champagne bar, the pictures there. You see me in Harold's sipping it on my own. No man bought that for me. That was after healing from divorce. If you're here, you're divorced, you're looking. After healing, I started going out, Ritz Bar, all those nice places on my own, paying for it. Okay, I was not looking for a rich man to pay for my bills. Okay, but then I was doing both, going out to meet people. I was also on the dating apps. Okay, one thing I've discovered is that people on dating apps, they can be on 10 different apps. All of them subscribed. All of them verified. So someone would come to you and say, are you free next weekend? We're going to go for horse riding, whatever. Okay. It doesn't mean that they're going to be with you for the rest of their life. They just want you for horse riding. If you're not, find out, are they just looking for someone to take them out for horse riding or not? And then after horse riding, they'll ghost you. Yeah. They'll ghost you. That dating apps, they are that harsh. Okay. I realized the older I got, the harder it became. It became even harder to date. When I first started, I was in my mid-30s. I would see my mailbox had 100 messages of men who wants to talk to me. 100 messages, right? So I was going in and out, in and out. I was not continuously on dating apps. If this relationship, it goes in, it works, and then later on it doesn't work, and then you're back on the site again. And over time, I was doing my analysis, and I'm realizing that as I was growing older, thank you guys for the gifts. As I was growing older, it was also getting difficult to date. The messages were getting fewer and fewer. Right? Men were no longer forthcoming saying, "Hey, you are the ones you want to know me." Right? As I was growing older. Right? I'm telling you the lessons here. Draw them. Take them. Write notes. The numbers were decreasing as I was getting older on the app. I used to be hot cake, but later on, is there isn't being. You meet someone and then later realize that this person is actually wasted 3 years of my time. There's nothing. We're not going anywhere. And then you realize, oh, I'm glad I didn't find somebody else. That's when you go back, and that's when you realize that, oh, it's actually getting difficult now. No one even wants to talk to me. You start changing the strategy. Okay. Now we are just saying, I don't mind even someone who's got this. We start knocking things down from your list of standards. Guys. But one thing that never changed was you have to be financially stable. That one, I don't budge on it. I don't want to be fighting back and forth with the men for bills, not paying bills. No, thank you. I'm not going to be doing that. A man has to be a man in the relationship. I'm a woman. I'm complete. I'm a complete helper. Yes. If anything happens to my man, I'll quickly get in and help him because I'm financially okay. All right. So my man, I expect him to be like that. Okay, my man, I don't have any problems with my man. He's a total. I'm happy. And I never changed my statements on all the dating profiles I've been putting on a dating app. You have to be financially stable. That was a must. Those ones who are not financially stable will insult me back and forth. And the minute they start, I would know that these are the ones who don't have anything I block. Because a man who is financially stable understands where I was coming from. There was no insult in it. That was just the best way to say it. You have to be financially stable. And I realized that it's easier to talk about money when I have it. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm comfortable. I found it easy to ask a man like, so about his finances, whatever I want to ask. Okay, because I've got my own money, so enough to look after myself. So I'd ask those things. Okay, so these are the things that I realized that if I got my own money, I can strike a money conversation without feeling guilty. If he doesn't talk to me, that's fine. Those who want to answer, they would answer. Okay. So we've talked about dating profile. I never bite on being financially stable. I kept on saying it. Okay. So I talked about finances. I talked about age. As I was getting older, the numbers were decreasing. The numbers of people who want to be with me were decreasing. Guys, I changed the age range of the men that I'm looking for. I changed. I think I need to, a little bit increase the gap. But I was confident. I took it as it was fun. You see, it was fun to date. It was fun for me. I love going out. I love meeting people. I love asking people questions. I love getting to know people. I love asking questions. So I enjoyed my dating life after I'd gone through therapy and when I knew who I am and what I wanted. Right. So age numbers decreased as I was growing older. Right. Okay. 3. The African girl in me was looking for marriage, like, you have to marry me. You have to marry me. So most men felt like, oh, I don't know. The response I used to get were, but I don't know you. But I've never known you that much. I never known you that long. Okay? I never known you that long. You know? And you force them. And some of them, because they don't want to lose you, they'll commit. All right? They'll commit. But then that's be making him commit under duress. To forcing him is not. It's not special. You see, it initially didn't make sense to me. I was like, well, if he loves me, he will engage, but not by force. Okay, it's not by force. If you approach him that, oh, you have to marry me, it doesn't sound nice. Okay, but one thing I realized, that if a good man finds you worth, they will never want to lose you. They will do anything to make sure they're with you. That's one lesson I learned from dating. Some would come and go. Some would just think like, oh, I don't want marriage or whatever. Or they would say, I'm not sure whether I'm going to get married, but I'll see. I may consider that. Okay. You don't have to keep on probing them. What are you going to do? Are you still considering marriage? Are you still in this? No. Just make sure you put your own timeline. Okay. And that time I was so naive. I'll just carry on with that person and just think, okay, you know, because he's available, he's committed, he's always available, and things are going to be okay. But they never talk about being together, settling long term. They never talk about that. And I thought, I was wasting my time. I should have just discussed this so that I know where I'm heading. Because what happens is that you find a good guy who will tick all the boxes, but doesn't want to settle with anyone. They'll give you their reasons why. Some of them will be telling you like, no, I've been married so many times. I'm not going to get married to anyone again. So they've said it. Don't try to convince them to change their mind and all that. No, they're not. They're not going to change their mind. They've already told you that they've been married 5 times. They've been married 5 times, so they're not going to marry again. So it's up to you, okay? It's up to you. If you want to stay with that person, don't force them to marry you guys. It doesn't sound nice. If a man loves you, they will do it. We don't even ask. That's the beauty. That's where the will you marry me when he's on his knee becomes special. That's why people always are running around with cameras to capture that moment. Because he was not forced. He just wanted to do it. That's what makes it special. That's what makes it special. But then if you're going to be forcing them, then there's a problem. Let me see comments on TikTok so that we could answer them. Sorry guys, if you leave them. I need to have something here because this is really annoying me. I'm blind, you see. Coaching into one of those live. Okay. All right, okay. Those men, what happens is that, guys, I always tell you, like, if you're online, on Facebook, on TikTok, and you are single, okay, make sure your accounts are on public. If you want to be financial, if you want to be private, I'm sorry, because some people, they don't have time to be sending you messages to say, oh, I'm private, can I talk to you? They go with the lady who has got a profile which is open to the whole world. They just go for that because they don't want to be sending messages. Someone is living private. That's fine. We respect your privacy. Okay. Those guys, the other ladies who were saying I'm available, they were checking the profiles. 4 of them, they actually chatting to someone. There's only one left. They were chatting. They were checking the comments. They checked the comments. They went on their profiles to see if they've got active accounts, active social media accounts. Okay, they were not engaging with anyone who had a private account, because I have these problems as well on Facebook. Someone subscribes, and then I'm trying to send them a message to say I received a subscription. The account is double locked. I can't even contact them. I can't. This This is exactly the same thing. No one wants to come to a profile. This is online dating. Okay. And this is, they want to make it much interesting and easier. Okay, so you come on, you're trying to meet someone on Facebook, on TikTok, and Instagram. They should have active accounts. Why do you want to have a private account? No one is going to be going back and forth to say, "Can you please make your account public?" For what? There's so many women who are single. You know, see, guys, this is what I'm telling you. If you're a social media person, just go social. Let them find you on social. Because even if you go private on dating apps, you still have to show your pictures, you have to show everything, your pictures have to be verified and everything. Okay? You cannot just be there privately. It's not private anymore. Your pictures are shown. The only difference is that on a dating app is a dedicated site for people who are looking. Right? Dedicated for people who are looking for relationships. All right, back to my story. On the dating apps, I talked about finances. My profile didn't change. You have to be financially stable, full stop. I'm not going to budge on that. Age, the numbers decreased as I was getting older. Fewer people were contacting me now. Okay. The African girl in me was like, you have to marry me. Oh, if you really want to be with me, you have to marry me. That's crap. Give someone time to know you. You should get your own timeline in your head. If you see this person is not talking about the route of getting married after you've said it, come on, dating. Don't force them. They're not going to change their mind. So that's that. That's one lesson I've learned. Someone is not doing what you like. You've given them hints that you want to get married, but they still didn't get it. Girl, keep dating. Right. We're going to number 4. Dating profiles. I was not reading them. You need to read profiles because the most important thing is the sexual orientation. Check their sexual orientation. People are allowed to be who they are. Okay? They're bisexual, they're gay, they're straight, whatever. It's their choice. If they say they're bisexual and they've written that they're bisexual, so if you didn't read it, that's not their problem. It's your problem because you didn't read their profile. So make sure you study their profile because they will write what they want. If you don't get on with what they've written there, please just keep it moving. Next. All right? Don't change your profile for anyone. What you say you like, you stick to it. Let me see, someone made a question here. Right. Married men on dating apps. There's a lot of them. A lot. And there's also married women there. So, at one point, so I met this guy and I didn't read the profile properly. He was in an open relationship. You see all those things on dating apps. I'm in an open relationship. I'm married, but in an open relationship, which means he is married, but he's allowed to go and date other women, and the woman as well is allowed to go and bring other men. They will have written it. Do you want a relationship like that? If it's a no, keep it moving. You need to understand all these terms that they use: open relationship, swingers club, all those things. Read what it means. As an African girl, you'll be like, oh my god, yeah. I was getting surprised all the time. I got surprised all the time when I was on a dating app. I was like, Lord, what is this about? From a girl who was like, in Africa, it's like your guy will just say, hi sis, I want to something like that. Men will be pursuing you. And here you are. You're saying men who are a little bit weird, but that's them. So this guy called me because initially when I started the dating apps, I was so not smart enough. I was just talking to people on the phone, chatting, and at one point I went on a date. The guy arranged a date with me. He never turned up. Apparently, the guy turned up, and he kept on saying, "Are you the guy in a red dress?" So he was around, but I didn't know him. But because I gave him a clue who I was, what I was wearing, and what was that, so he came. But because I never had what you call it, a video call with him, I didn't know that he was there. You see, the importance of video calling. Video calling important. Video calling is a must no matter what. Anybody who doesn't want video call, next block and next one. Yeah, video call is a must. As I keep on dating and dating, I increased my standards. Now, I was not going out for a date for a coffee. No, I stopped. Because my coffee date was like right now, whilst you're on live, you got your cup of tea, I have my cup of tea. Let's talk. If we don't click here, we will never click over a cup of tea. You know? That's changed. Now the girl has upgraded her standards. I was not getting all that preparation, running around, putting on a very expensive perfume and all that for a cup of coffee. I drink a very expensive coffee in my house. So if you want coffee, let's do it over the phone. If we click over the phone of a cup of coffee, oh, let's go for dinner now. Yeah, let's go for dinner. Let's take it. Let's move it a notch higher. Yeah. So I started doing that after a lot of mistakes. In the cold weather, someone is saying, "Oh, let's go. Let's meet for a coffee." I'm like, "No, let's just do video calls." If we don't click on video calls, if we do 4, 5, 6 video calls, and you still want us to go for a coffee, that's crazy. We need to go for dinner. Yeah, because you realize that as you get to talk more, you can go for 45 minutes, 1 hour talking. So which means you can have dinner. Dinner can have dinner for 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay, and then you talk more. When you go on a dinner date now, some of these, there are some questions that are not asked. I go on a video like this one. Real questions that gives you direction, where you're heading, where this person is heading. They're done face to face. And you look at the body language. Important. Body language explains some of the things that cannot be explained verbally. But the body language will say it. So you have to be smart. If you're that kind of person who doesn't understand body language, ask God to give you the wisdom to read body language. Don't just enjoy food, eating food and eating food. You just asking questions, right? Asking questions, smiling, like if you're saying crap, you'll be like, all right, okay, this is the last dinner date with you. I'm not seeing you again. You get it. But you're getting the right questions, right question at the right time, so that you don't waste your time. I never used to do that until I realized that the numbers are decreasing on the dating app. I need to up my game here. I need to up my game. I need to get someone that I like quicker. All right. Yes, they're there. There are all age groups there on online. 60-year-olds, 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. I'm 51. Obviously, men who are 51 years are looking for ladies who are 20 years younger. They're looking for 30-year-olds, which means I have to be dating a 70-year-old. That's what it meant. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you click, that's fine. I'm just trying to tell you that this is what you get on a dating app. Competition is everywhere. Okay. The men of your age are not looking for your age. They're not looking for a woman of your age or men of your. I'm talking to women. Men of your age are looking for younger women. All right. So at your age, they're looking for men who are also older, which is fine. Perfect. It's okay. All right. I see some other women saying that, oh, I need someone who's like 5 years old, younger, like 5 years older. You realize that as you grow older, sometimes, if you go on the app, there's fewer men who are looking a woman of your age. The ones that are looking for you are the ones who are 15 years to 20 years older, which is fine still. Okay, it's still good. Those are your age group. You can marry 20 years older. Okay, 20 years younger. They say 20 plus or minus. 15 plus or minus. My rule is 15 plus or minus. 20 max plus or minus. Okay. This only is applicable, I think, as we grow older, because when you are in your 20s, obviously, You know, unless you want to date, because there's some 20-year-olds here who are going for the men of our age groups. It's your choice. But you have to be smart. If you're 20 or 25, you're listening to me, and you're dating, you're on a dating app, and you meet a man who is the age of your dad, that man has to be looking after you well. These are the men that we have left. All right? They've got bad habits and things like that. Make sure you don't fall into the same trap. Another point. You find men who tell you that my wife and I, my ex-wife and I, we used to do this. My ex-wife and I, we used to do this. Now they are bringing what they used to do with the ex-wife into this relationship. That's what they're using. So if you're careful, you just have to tell them that, you know what, I'm a different person. I'm not going to be using the rules of the previous marriage into this one. I'm a different person altogether. So we need to be doing things differently. Hold on, guys. Sort this out. Right. Yeah. They'll be telling you that, sorry guys, they'll be telling you that my ex-wife, we used to do this, we used to do that, but then we are not going to be operating on the ex-wife's rules that, you know, that you've been following for the past 27 years. I'm sorry, but this is a new relationship. We're going to have a new set of rules which we're going to be using. Okay, and that those rules are what we're going that are going to be guiding us, not what was happening in your previous relationship. Okay. So we've talked about that. Children. Children will spoil it. Okay? Don't say that children are not important. Children are very important. Children can call the shots in a relationship. I had such a situation where someone had to call the shots. The children had to say what they want and all that kind of thing. Ladies, as long as someone cannot control his children, next. We're not going to be going back and forth because of someone who doesn't control his children and tell their children what they should do. Okay? If he cannot tell his children that this is my girl, next. We're not going to be fighting someone for his children to love you. They don't love you, full stop. Find someone who's got children who know that their dad needs someone. Okay? Their dad needs someone, their dad cannot stay single. Sorry. That dad cannot stay single. Okay? If they don't understand that their dad needs someone, that dad needs someone, next. You're not going there to be that woman who's trying to convince his children that you're going to be very important in his life. The only person who is going to make you and his children love you is him. If he is not going to do that, that's not your problem. Next. He'll stay with his children. Full stop. So it was about children. See what they say about their children. They'll tell you that my children are a priority. Yes, we know that. Even my children are a priority as well. Okay, but my children cannot run my relationship. Okay, I protect my children so much. I never introduce my children to someone who is not in a serious relationship with. You go on a date, it ends there. You want to know my children? We have to be committed. And be careful of people who commit for the sake of they want to come in. That people who are criminals out there. You have to watch your children. Watch. If your child says something about this person, take action immediately. Don't even wait. The child said, Mom, this person did this to me. Investigate it immediately. Immediately. Okay? Right. Children. What else did I leave here? Time. When you are dating, when you are 20 to 25, oh, there's plenty of time for you. You can do whatever you want. Plenty of time. You can allow a guy to just drag you put you in a situation for 5 years until you're 25 in a situationship, and then he dumps you. Why? Because you don't know what you want. You moved in with him. There was no plan. Why did you do that? You're only 25. When you're only 25, that time when you were supposed to have your own cozy, nice little girly flat that you live on your own, probably with your girlfriend, you brought him in. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Stop that. Hmm? 20 to 25. You want to bring him in? Find your girlfriends and share the bills. Share the find a nice house for you girls, only you girls. It would be nice to move out from the girls with your man. Engaged, getting married. Beautiful. It sounds good, eh? Okay. Is it that you're at your mother's house or you're sharing with the other girls? Don't let these guys come in. Because the only thing, when you bring them in, what you're actually doing, ladies, you are subsidizing their income so that they can have that nice lifestyle. Because it's 50-50. I can guarantee that if you move in with a guy, that's a 50-50 with no doubt. If there's someone here who is living with the guy who's the guy who is paying 70% bills, say it here. And most of the time, it's actually women who are paying most of the bills. On top of financial stability, I even added single, no kids and dogs. Yes, if you don't want cats and dogs, that's fine. I'm okay with cats and dogs, so I'm good with that. But I don't like cats. Okay, I can only accommodate one dog. Two dogs, oof. Yeah, two dogs. Two dogs is just something else. It's too much. But some people are okay with that. One dog is good. One dog is therapeutic. I love it. I love it. Later you felt like you wasted time. Yes. Sorry, guys, if I missed your comment. I'm very sorry about that. Let's tap the screen, guys. And also, you're allowed to give to the coach. Guys, and the scammers will come to inbox and say, I'm Coach T Sams, you need to pay $50 and you pay them. Give me my flowers now. You know. Give me my flowers. Okay, financially stable 48. Thank you so much, Rayo. Thank you so much for the gifts. Everybody who has gifted, I appreciate. Thank you so much. The apps are awful. The reason why you say the apps are awful is because you don't have a structure and you go there with a mindset where you say, I have to find someone. Don't do it like that. Enjoy dating. Enjoy it. Enjoy meeting people. Okay. When someone doesn't turn up, block. Create date. Block. Okay. I said it one time and then this girl said, oh, some people can just block because they'll be working, something happened at work and things like that. I've put myself at that level where you cannot cancel my date. Honestly, if you cancel my date, you're out. That's how much I value myself. You cancel my date? I've made an appointment where I work as well, so that I can meet you. And then last minute, you didn't tell me like you on the day. That's when I realized that you've got something happening at work, and I'm waiting. I'm ready to go and meet you, and then you send this message. Blocked. Yes, blocked. Blocked the latest. And that made me very successful. I was just living the cream. Because the rubbish I was just blocking as I go. You block me? You don't turn up, I block. I block. And also these older men. Don't think that as you'll be thinking that as you're going to be dating older men, they're going to be good people. They're not, some of them. Of course, sometimes older, mature men are good because they know what they want. They know what they want. They're self-actualized and all that kind of thing. And you see other men who say, I'm looking for someone to do 50-50 with and all that. Yes, they're looking for someone to do 50-50. And then what next? 50-50, you'll be sharing the bed, you'll be doing that, the other thing. Women, we end up working more than men. We do the cleaning, we do the cooking, we do most of the things. Some men are very good, they will cook. Okay? But there's that woman touch that only a woman can do. That men cannot do it. And yet you're doing 50-50 with them. So those ones, block. Don't expect someone to go on a date with you and like you. You can go on a date with someone and still don't like you. It's okay. Right? It's still okay to go on a date with you, 1 date, 2 days, 3 days, and they still don't like you. Yes, that's why, ladies, you have to close your legs. Because the minute someone has access to you, you feel they owe you something they don't. is your problem. You shouldn't have let them in. Okay? Yeah. You shouldn't have let them in. If they ghost you, your problem. Okay? The reason why you remain hurt is because you let them in. 1 day, 2 days, you think he's a nice guy, he's in, the next thing is in your bedroom. Why? Why? Yeah. Why? If they get in your bedroom, don't do anything. Just chill. And always, if you can't protect yourself, if you can't stop it, protect yourself. Protect yourself. I say a lot of people, they lack knowledge. I'm HIV negative. There is hepatitis C. There is hepatitis B. There is gonorrhea. There is all other sexually transmitted infection that you can also get from someone who is not HIV positive, but they've got other. So don't say if someone says, I see people saying that, what about other sexually transmitted infections? You're not talking about them. Why are you not talking about them? They're even worse. Okay? So protect yourself. No one is going to tell you to carry condoms in your bag. You carry them yourself. It's your duty to protect yourself and the other person that you're going to be meeting, especially those ones who know what they have. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, protect the other person you're going to be meeting. It's as simple as that. These guys that you let in during the dating phase, if they ghost you, don't be crying, don't go heartbreaking, all that kind of thing. Because you shouldn't be letting them in. Okay, in the first place. Because you just regret doing it. But some of them, they're not coming for a relationship. They're coming for that beautiful body which they've seen. They're coming for those looks. That's all they want. They don't want to commit with you. That's why they're registered on 7 different sites. Because from Tinder, they're going to go to Match, they're going to go to eHarmony, they're going to go to Elite Singles, they're going to go to Badu, UK other singles, and looking for girls, and that's them. That is them. That's their lifestyle. So you need to protect yourself and keep those legs shut like that. Looks like there are comments I'm not seeing here. Where are we now? We talked about the profile. We talked about the finances. Financially stable is not an option. Don't even listen to this men who are saying that you're gold digger. Men with good money will never talk like that. Men with good money, they know what you mean when you say you have to be financially stable, because you are. Okay, so stick to it. You don't want to be fighting back and forth with a man who's not able to pay bills. No, don't have time for that. Age, as you grow older, the numbers drop. This is applicable to both men and women. Okay, you used to be so hot in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. It will be decreasing. By the time you get to 50, I'll be like, any man that approaches me, I'm okay now. No choices anymore. Just date wisely. Don't let good men go. Don't chase good men by just trying to demand things that are not like demanding like marriage. You have to marry me. You have to marry. No, don't demand that. You said it, they heard it. If they're not taking action, next. Married men are also on dating apps, and they're the nicest men you can ever meet on dating apps are married men. Video call. I told you about this. I think it was a lawyer or something. He was on a video call, and the wife was there as well. I'm like, what's this? I'm confused. And the wife like, don't be confused. We are aware. We are in an open relationship. I'm like, come on. What is that? What it means? I said, what is it then? What? Tell me what's this an open relationship? They'll be like, oh, he's allowed to date, bring other women that she likes in, and I can bring my men that I like. I'm like, don't know what I'm looking for. But he said I didn't read the profiles. So read profiles. Understand what these men are looking for. Video call is a must. It is a must. You cannot go on a first date with someone you've never sat and had a cup of coffee with for over at least half an hour plus. Because I would rather be talking to someone on a video call and then move things forward to maybe dinner. if we're clicking. If we manage to click over coffee in 45 minutes, you should be okay with dinner. Children can call the shots. If your partner is not able to control their children, they can ruin the relationship. So make sure you put some boundaries there. You don't want a good relationship to be ruined by poor management of your family, poor management of your children. Okay, children have to know that mom is moving forward, dad is moving forward. You need to do these conversations before you even start going on a date. Once a child is 10 years, they understand these things. So sit them down and say, what do you think? What do you think about mom dating? What do you think about dad dating? Hear what they say. They'll tell you. Someone asked me did that, and I said to the girl, tell your children that mom is going to start dating. And the guy was like, oh, I thought dad was coming back. You see, I thought dad was coming back. He is expecting his dad to come back, and if you're going to date, that boy is going to ruin that relationship. Why? Because you never communicated with them. You don't have to go into detail telling them about your dating life and stuff. No, just that's what you're going to be doing. But it doesn't mean that you're going to be bringing men to them. You just wanted to test the waters and see how are your children going to take it. Are they going to like it? Do they want you to be just on your own? Some will tell you that it's okay, mom or dad, that's fine. Some will say no, especially boys, to their mothers. Mom, I thought dad was coming back. Once he says that, it means you need to start educating him, telling him that it's over between you and your dad. And his dad has to tell him as well that, you know what, dad is not coming back, mom is allowed to move on. These are conversations that people overlook, but they're very important. They're very, very important.